Happy birthday, February 1st. I will begin with your power thought. The secret of my success is self-understanding. Another way to phrase that is the depth of knowledge of who I am will overflow into my understanding of the world around me. Or however you choose to phrase it that best works for you. Welcome, greetings. You have found this video. It is intended for those whose birthday falls on this day, who would like to learn more about the daily zodiacs, and those who really want to understand the archetypical force of the 365 days of the year. So, I'm going to paint a picture for you. You're at an amusement park. There's a long line for a 3-story carousel. It is a beautiful thing. It is really popular. Each different one has very strange animals. And you look at the middle row, and there's a horse with his tongue out, and it is just a crazy horse, and no one ever wants to ride. You can usually see, as you're waiting in line, that's the one horse people don't ride. And then you see one person, doesn't matter their gender, one person comes up to that horse, everyone in line can see, and they ride it backwards. Not with their head facing the way of the head of the horse, like most people ride the horse, they're riding it backwards. And as it goes up and down and around, everybody in the lines going up and above can see that this person is having the time of their lives. For an adult on a carousel, they're enjoying the heck out of it. This energy is really joyous for them. It's a really profound energy for them. And everyone can see it. That's the archetype I get very clearly. The spectacular turnaround is the best way that the book calls it, but I would also refer it to as the topsy-turner. I would call it the topsy-turner. But everyone has different ways of identifying things, and that's a disclaimer here. Everything I say, destiny and fate related. If it applies to you, take it. If it doesn't, please leave it. You have your own free will that supersedes any type of zodiac or astrology reading. If you didn't already know, your sun sign is an Aquarius. Your ruling planet is Uranus, the visionary. And your birth date ruler is the sun, being an individual. So a visionary individual is someone who, when everything is going to go down, they knew and left before. So if there's like a major tragedy, anyone who either intentionally or unintentionally canceled their being at the thing where the terrible thing happened, those people have that nature within them. They have that individual vision that others don't possess. It's not positive or a negative. And to go off of that, on the dark side, this individual on the archetype, or you, happy birthday, it could be stubborn but very inspiring. Mentally quick but self-absorbed in some aspects. Original but fickle, I will add a few, is short-sighted and end-game oriented. And take, if they resonate, if not, this is just how others may perceive you. For love, it's important for you to really wear your heart on your sleeve, to really let your emotions be seen, to be honest, to be open, because people like you. I can tell you straight up, you have an energy that people like to be around. It's very attractive. And as long as that is a respectful love and it's honest in its approach, it can be loyal, entertaining, and lifelong partners. It's also, I'm saying you may not want relationships. Partnerships are more profound to you than other archetypes. So your birthstone is amethyst, if you didn't know, and colors are aqua, orange, and lilac. Lucky days are Saturday, Sunday, that fall on the 1st and 3rd. Favorable numbers are the 1st and 3rd. And a good challenge that might arise, and challenges are good if you label them as good, or they're bad if you label them as bad. Coping with the feeling of being unsecure of what you're doing with your life, thinking you're not doing what you should be doing, or thinking you need to be doing more, or this belief that your identity is based on what you're doing. The best way to go through it is when every emotion comes, be like a scientist. Break it down, look at it, at all of its components, run experiments on it, have a hypothesis on how it functions, and find that to be true or false. Because once you can identify what gives you joy, what gives you sadness, you can better find the answer of how to switch the two through a chemistry, through alchemy in your brain, turning one solid state to another. So, your destiny, again, if this resonates, take it. If not, leave it. Your path is to be born on this day, to be who you really truly are, and to feel this energy within you, to break ground, to do this thing, and don't let other people's judgment of you affect you. And by you not doing that, you will teach the other people who are judging you to not judge you, the ones who are open to that. Because the future has to be reached by those who are driven and determined to do what they're going to do no matter what. And this could be a very mixture of serious and fun. This could be very influential to people you meet. There's a danger possibly of moderating yourselves and not kind of losing touch to who you really are because you're constantly masking or mirroring in other situations. But after the age of 19, there is a powerful turning point very early on in life, as well as another one at 49 years, where there's a self-awareness, there is a perception of self that shifts at both times in your life. Because you're a trailblazer, you're going to go out and do the things no one else has done. But you only know about those things at certain points in life. They don't happen immediately. They have to be going in the proper order. Look at your self-awareness and think about how you are and trust your intuition, because flexibility truly means that when something shows up, you decide how you react to it. That is flexible. Every gymnast may do the same trick in a different way because they're all flexible in different ways. So for career, I really see a firefighter strong. If you're already a firefighter, thank you for being a firefighter. I think firefighters are awesome. Thank you for risking your life. I'm getting nurses, doctors, healthcare people, maybe management, people who like to make things run as a system, and media, writing, arts. Any career you set to, you're going to be someone doing it differently than other people, but your values will be honored in that community, in that workspace. I'm going to now go to your card. It is freedom. It is the cosmic dragonfly that always flies in the light of the sun of the central universal cosmo reality that is caused by the solar light of this star that we may not see. But there is some grand central star that produces infinite light. This is a symbol, the dragonfly is a symbol of that in some belief systems. So when you believe in your own system, when you can look inward, feel this central star, feel the radiant light within you, how is that bright light being perceived out you? How are others looking at it? How are they reflecting to it? What does the dragonfly mean to them? Because it may mean something to you. You have the freedom to see, to know, to understand, but that may spook, scare, and intimidate others. How are you going to react to its reaction? That is something to contemplate, but a good affirmation to have is, I see the freedom that is within me, and that freedom is excited. Phrase it in whatever way that works for you. That was the way that worked for me. Hope you have a beautiful day, and happy birthday.